Chapter 8, Gilver. When I got to school the next day, the front door was locked. I went around the playground and it was filled with teachers. They were digging holes with shovels, pickaxes, and all kinds of mining equipment. I met up with the guys and Alexia, and Mrs. Rupee came by on a donkey. "Where did you get a donkey?" asked Andrea. "It's not a donkey, it's a burro, and his name is Jose," said Mrs. Rupee. Okay, where did you get a burro?" asked Michael. "From Rent-A-Burro. You can rent anything." As we got closer, we saw the weirdest thing in the history of the world. Mr. Mackey, Mr. Burke, Mr. Docker, and Officer Spence all had long beards on their faces. None of them had beards yesterday. "How did you grow a beard so fast?" asked Ryan. "It's the gold fever," said Mr. Mackey, crazy look in his eyes. "It does that to a man." We sat and watched the teachers digging, and they were all shouting yee-haw and call each other partner. That's when annoying Andrea and Emily came over. "This is terrible," said Andrea. "The teachers should be inside the school helping us learn things, not out here digging for gold." "That's right," said Emily. "What is their problem?" "Could you possibly be any more boring?" Alexia asked. "Yeah, take a chill pill," I told them. "We get a day out of school." Mr. Burke seemed to know a lot about gold mining, and he was telling the teachers where to dig and what to do. "I reckon we need to dig a deeper hole to get at that gold," he told them. "Fetch me the dynamite, fellers." "They're gonna blow a hole in the playground?" asked Andrea. "That sounds dangerous. Is violence really necessary?" "What do violins have to do with all this?" I asked. "Not violins, violence, Arlo." Mr. Burke and Mr. Mackey dug a deep hole where the monkey bars used to be and put sticks of dynamite in there. And then they stretched a wire from the hole to the other end of the playground. "Y'all cover your ears now," said Mr. Burke, and then he yelled, "Fire in the hole!" and pushed down on this handle thingy that looked like a bicycle pump. And we all covered our ears. Boom! There was a huge blast. Rocks and dirt went flying all over the place. It was awesome. We got to see it live and in person. You should have been there. "Wow," we all said. Blowing up stuff is cool. There should be a TV channel that shows nothing but stuff being blown up all day long. The explosion blew a giant hole in the ground, and the teachers all ran over yelling, "Yee-haw!" and they climbed into the hole with their shovels and picks. "You kids want to come down into the mine with me and poke around?" Mr. Burke asked us. "Yeah," we all said. "Oh, I'm not going to get my school clothes dirty," said Andrea. No, me neither," said Emily. "Could you possibly be any more boring?" I asked them. The rest of us climbed into the mine with Mr. Burke, and it was dark down there, but some of the teachers had lights on their helmets so we could see. They were digging for a long time, but nobody found any gold, and then Mr. Burke suddenly hit something sharp with his shovel. "I think I found something," he said. "Is it gold?" I asked. "No." "Is it silver?" asked Alexia. "No," Mr. Burke said as he looked at a shiny thing in his hand. "It's even more valuable than gold and silver. It's Gilver." "Gilver? I never heard of Gilver," said Ryan. "What's Gilver?" asked Neil, the nude kid. "Gilver is a combination of gold and silver," Mr. Burke said excitedly. "Yee-haw!" shouted Mr. Mackey. "It's more valuable than gold, more valuable than silver. It's Gilver!" they all shouted. "This place is filled with the stuff," said Mr. Burke. "It's a bonanza." "We hit pay dirt," shouted Mr. Mackey, jumping up and down and clicking his heels together. "There must be millions of dollars worth of Gilver down there." "Billions, trillions," shouted some other teachers. "Do you have any idea what this means for our school?" said Mrs. Jaffe. "We can bring back the art and music programs. We can buy new computers and smart boards for every classroom," shouted Mr. Yonkers. "We can turn the water fountains back on," shouted Ms. Leakey. "We can buy toilet paper." "Yee-haw!" the rest of the teachers shouted. All our problems were solved. Chapter 9, The Gold Rush. See you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.